I am Dr. Alpesh Jaiswal, Associate Professor in Organomedicine at Parul Institute of Homeopathy and Research, and it is my pleasure to be your host for this session. Before we dive into today's discussion, I had like to take a moment to introduce our esteemed speaker. Dr. B.P. Panda sir is a distinguished homeopath and teacher who has great experience of 25 years in teaching and administration and also have a PhD degree in organ of medicine. An expertise in organ medicine subject with extensive experience in homeopathy too. Dr. B.P. Panda sir has made significant contributions as a principal at two different colleges affiliated to Parul University. Currently, he is working as a campus director at Rajkot Homeopathic Medical College, Parul University. His experience, NEC, NABH assessor and inspectors, and also a guide of PG and PhD scholars. In research area, he has published so many articles in national and international journals too. Today, Dr. B.B. Panda sir will be sharing insights on uniqueness of homeopathy. We are privileged to have them with us, and I am sure this session will be both informative and engaging. Let's welcome Dr. B.B. Panda sir. Over to you, sir. Now you will start the sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jaiswal. So nice to meet you on the screen and inviting me. It is my pleasure. So I am very much thankful to the 360 BJN publishers as well as the Parul University for giving me chance. Am I audible, Jaiswal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I don't want to waste my time. So let me share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
The screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
It is changing. Is it changing my screen?
Yes, sir.
So, good evening to all the listeners. It is my pleasure to share with you. Actually, homeopathy was discovered in 1796. After that, day by day, the popularity of homeopathy is increasing. That is because of its uniqueness. Every system has its scope and its limitation. Likewise, homeopathy has its scope as well as its limitation. Till then, it comes in the second line of treatment because of its popularity, because of its effectiveness. Let us discuss today why the people for the world, they are accepting our system in each and every field in the treatment. So uniqueness itself justify that there is something else inside, that is quality. Because of that quality, it is accepted by majority of the people in the second line of treatment as it is told. Now it is going to be first line of treatment. So I am giving example, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. When we tell it, automatically the name of Shastriji comes to our mind. That is the uniqueness slogan which is delivered by Shastriji. मेरे को खून दो मैं आपको आजाद दूंगा. So that is the slogan of our beloved Subhash Chandra Bose. So these are the uniqueness slogan. Because of that, we are able to identify the national heroes. Likewise, homeopathy has certain uniqueness. Because of that, the popularity of homeopathy is increasing day by day, and it is accepted in the field of medicine. So let me start my lecture with the Hahnemannian oath. Because of Hahnemann, now we are in the field, we are getting the chance. So this is the Hahnemannian oath. On my honor, I swear that I shall practice the teachings of homeopathy, perform my duty, render justice to my patient, and help the sick, whoever comes to me for treatment. May the teachings of Master Hahnemann inspire me, and may I have the strength for fulfillment for my mission. Next, we come to the definition of uniqueness. Uniqueness, it gives the identity. Because of that, we are able to identify the system, the quality of being particularly remarkable, special, or unusual. So the things which are found in homeopathic system, that means the rules, regulation, the principle, the mode of treatment, whatever you are adapting, that is something different from other system. Because of that uniqueness, the homeopathy has been existed, and day by day it is being popularized. Next, you come to the points of discussion. So we'll discuss that how homeopathy is unique in its curative aspect, preventive aspect, pharmaceutical aspect, economic aspect, social aspect, and scientific aspect. So every aspect it has having a unique role. Because of that it is going to be popularized. So one by another we'll discuss. So first of all, you will discuss the curative aspect. So in curative aspect, there are so many points to discuss: holistic approach, radical cure, fixed principle, cure and positive symptoms are taken and consideration, direction of cure, material cause are less emphasized, treatment of unknown diseases, treatment is harmless, free from invasive pathological procedures, painless treatment, curability of surgical diseases. The first point, that is holistic approach. Homeopathic uniqueness, first uniqueness, that you treat the patient as a whole, not the part, the organ, because the part and organ, they cannot exist separately. They have no role. They cannot do anything if they will exist separately. So they act as a unit in healthy condition. That means all the organs, all the system functions, they correlated to each other. That's why we are getting the outcome. And if the in the health, they coordinate each other, so they cannot suffer separately. So that is the uniqueness. If any part, any organ will be suffer because of any type of diseases, then the other system, other organs, they will compensate. So whenever you consider, we should not consider the part in which the disease symptoms are appearing, the part which is affected. We should consider the patient as a whole, both the mental as well as psychological as well as physical. Because if you get any physical disease, then automatically the will be not stable in mind, and we can't apply our healthy mind for the higher purposes of our existence, what has been mentioned in aphorism number 9. So the our uniqueness is holistic concept, and we treat the patient as a whole, not the part, not the organ. For example, if the person is suffering from synovitis, then we are not considering the inflamed knee. We are considering the cause of inflammation, and accordingly we are treating the case. Then you come to the next point. We in homeopathy, a radical cure takes place. That is, cure is a process to regain the previous healthy condition from disease condition. So every steps of cure is called recovery. So when a simillimum is given, then what happens there? It follows the Herring's law of cure, and the symptoms disappear in the reverse order of their appearance. So if any medicine which has no principle, it is given, then what happens? Then recovery may take place. Complete annihilation, what has been written in aphorism number 2, may not take place, because we need the highest ideal cure. So here the past participle is used, that is highest, high, higher, highest. So there are so many procedure of cure, but the highest ideal of cure, which is rapid, gentle, permanent, because the patient is suffering. We have to give relief to the patient as early as possible, by which minimum loss of energy, minimum tissue damage, minimum cell damage should take place, and the disease should be rooted out, removed, or annihilated from its root. There should not be any chances of recurrence. This uniqueness you will get only in homeopathy. In other systems, what happens there? They treat the disease part, they treat the disease symptoms by which the disease part is removed, but the cause is there, cause remains. Because of that, there is chances of recurrence. For example, eczema. In eczema, what happens there? They treat the eczema by applying external application, and they consider the suffering part. They may prescribe the steroids. So what happens by prescribing these things? The part, the remarkable symptoms and signs they will remove because of external application. That is the local disease. But in homeopathy, we are considering the cause. That may be because of suppression. That may be taking some medicines, allopathic medicines. That may be some because of some maintaining cause. So we are the homeopath, we always inquire the cause and accordingly we are treating. So when the cause is removed, automatically the effect is removed. That is the uniqueness of homeopathy. Then fixed principle. Our principle is always fixed since the beginning. That means after the discovery of homeopathy, you know about the cardinal principles. It is not necessary to describe all principles one after another. Law of similia, law of simplest, whatever it may be. There are 3 laws, 2 doctrines, 2 theories. So all the laws which was adopted, which are accepted, and under the laws in which our system is going on, that has been fixed. It is not changed. At the time of Hahnemann, the same law was present. Now also we are following the same laws. For example, minimum dose. So the minimum quantity of medicine which is capable to produce least possible excitation in the vital force. That is the minimum dose. So there is no, here the quantity is not considered. We consider the quality. That's why the word was used, that is least possible excitation. So the minimum quantity of medicine, not necessary large quantity of medicine, because our vital force cures the disease. Medicine remove the natural disease. We have already studied in the primary action and secondary action. In primary action, the natural disease is removed, but the cure takes place in secondary curative action because of the vital force. Vital force indifference itself, and it tries to remove the natural disease force, and the natural disease force, after fighting against the medicinal disease force, which remain after administration of a simillimum. In primary action, what happens there? When you prescribe a medicine, because of the law of because of the nature's law of cure, that is described in the 26th aphorism, a weaker dynamic affection is permanently extinguished in the living organism by a stronger one. While the latter is very similar to the former in its manifestation, which is different kind. So on the basis of that law, what happens? The natural disease is removed in primary action, and there may be possibility of slight homeopathic aggravation, and that homeopathic aggravation is not because of the disease force. That homeopathic aggravation is because of the medicinal force. That medicinal force is removed or completely annihilated from the body by the vital force itself in the secondary curative action. So vital force indifference itself and remove the natural disease force. So minimum dose which is required to produce least possible excitation, that is given, that principle is still existed. And again, the law of similia, law of simplex, so that principle which was adopted by Hahnemann, till now, we, the followers, we are following the principle. It has not changed. We should remember that we can rely on those systems which is based on fixed principle. We can't rely on those systems where the principle is changes day by day. So when the principle changes, then it cannot be reliable, it cannot be comprehensible. So as homeopathy is based on fixed principle, nature's law, it is reliable, it is comprehensible, and the cure which it takes place following that principle, that is radical cure. Then you come to the next point, that pure and positive symptoms are considered for homeopathic treatment. In homeopathic treatment, we consider the qualitative symptom. So to form the totality of symptom, you all know that divided into 2 parts. One is qualitative totality, another is quantitative totality. So we don't consider the quantitative totality, we consider the qualitative totality. So the qualitative totality, it has been described in aphorism number 153, that is more striking, singular, uncommon, peculiar, rare symptom need to be taken. So totality of symptom is not the some aggregate of symptoms. Totality of symptoms, one symptom may be considered a totality. 1,000 symptom cannot be considered a totality. So there is logical combination, organized placement of all symptom, signs and symptom, which helps us to find out the remedy. That's why in B.K. Sarkar commentary, you can see that there are two principles of totality of symptom. One is perception, another is conception. So if a person who has having clear concept, about clear idea about conception and perception, he in third aphorism, Hahnemann has written that the physician has to perceive what is to be cured in the disease, whether what we are seeing that is to be considered, or what we are not seeing that is to be considered. So if a person is suffering from headache, that is thriving in nature and thriving in carotid, ameliorated by wrapping the head, aggravation by hot sunshine or sun heating, then belladonna may be considered. But if that headache is because of grief, then belladonna can't work. You have to give agnesia if it is acute, and you have to give natriumur if it is chronic. So the cause, the beginning, the world of thought, and the process we are considering. So it is the uniqueness. We are taking the pure and positive symptom, that is uncommon, peculiar, rare symptom, to form the totality. Accordingly, we select a medicine which is not found in any system. That's why it is one of the uniqueness. Though there are thousands of vague symptoms are there which are found in pathognomonic symptom as a disease symptom, we are not considering. For example, a case of diabetes, polyuria, polyphagia, polydipsia, they are the pathognomonic symptoms. We are not considering those symptoms. We are considering what type of symptom. If the patient is, there is fear in the evening time, there is changeability, weeping disposition, thirstlessness, then the patient having the joints pain, and which is aggravated by chill, accompanied with chill. So we have to select their pulsatilla. We should not consider the polyuria, polydipsia, and we give a palliative medicine. So this is the uniqueness. In homeopathy, we consider the qualitative totality, not the quantitative totality, which is not found in any system. Second thing, Hering's law of cure. We are homeopath. So after administration of the medicine, we assess whether our medicine they are working or not. So assessment of cure, there are three ways to assess the cure. So whenever we are prescribing, definitely we expect that whether our medicine acted or not. So to assess the cure, our stalwarts, our experts, they have given some guidelines. Number one, signs of aggravation, signs of amelioration, which is written in 252 aphorism in Organon of Medicine. After a prescription, after giving the medicine, the patient feels mentally calmness, high spirit, all the new symptoms, troublesome symptoms appear, old symptoms disappear. So these are signs of amelioration. If you are following the signs of amelioration, after if you are getting the signs of amelioration, then our medicine is correct. That is one way of assessment of cure. Second way of assessment cure, that is the Kent's 12 observation. So there are 12 observations. Out of 12 observations, one observation has not observed on sick, that is 9th observation, and the rest of the observation they are observed in sick. So when after administration, if you find the third observation, you will find the fourth observation, you will find the 11th observation, you will find the second observation, they are all favorable observation. So on that basis, we will decide the second prescription. So that is the way of assessment of cure, whether your medicine is working or not, and what you need to do, what to do. That guideline you will get if you have knowledge of 12 observation Kent. That 12 observation Kent has also explained by H.A. Robert as Robert remedy reaction. So the second way of assessment of cure, that is remedy reaction or Kent's 12 observation. The third way of assessment, that is direction of cure. So this direction has given by Herring direction of cure is not, it is not applicable in material field. It is applicable in dynamic field. When a dynamic medicine is administered, then the symptoms should remove following a particular direction. If that particular direction is not followed after administration of the medicine, then whatever medicine you have prescribed, that is incorrect one. So after administration of the medicine, you should observe whether the symptoms after administration of the medicine, it removes from upward to downward or not. Whether the symptoms are removed from inward to outward or not. From more vital organ to less vital organs or not. From reverse order of their appearance or not. Suppose a person is suffering from eczema, and that eczema was suppressed by steroid or any applications, and after that, what happens there? The joint pain start. After some days, the joint pain removed, and again the asthma starts. Then, if you are prescribing a similar medicine or simillimum, then what happens there? Revert fast the symptom which appear, that is eczema, that should go last. So after administration of the medicine, if first the asthma, then reverse then the joint pain, then the eczema should remove. If this way of direction of this way of removal of symptom is not followed, then whatever medicine you have prescribed, that is wrong medicine. So this is the assessment of cure, which is uniqueness. So how to assess? What happens in conventional medicine? They assess the cure on the basis of investigations. So on the basis of investigation, when the malaria parasites are not found in the blood and the symptoms of fever is not there, they declared that the person is free from malaria. But how, when the malaria parasite comes, when the bacteria they enters, when our vital force it becomes weak, then these scavengers, this morbific agent, they will get the chance to enter and they will produce. So they are considered as the propagating cause. They are auxiliary cause. They cannot produce disease because those persons, those health workers, those who are working in hospital, in communicable disease, that means in TB ward, in cholera ward, all the workers, they are not suffering from cholera or tuberculosis, though they are airborne diseases, because our vitality, our vital force is strong enough. So they are not the sole cause. When a person becomes weak, when the vital force becomes weak, then what happens there? These scavengers, these materia applicants, we believe in materia applicants, but they cannot produce disease. They propagate the disease when our vital force is affected by any morbific disease force. Otherwise, though they are present surrounding us, they are present even inside our body, they cannot produce any type of diseases. That is the uniqueness, or that is the concept which we believe, and on that concept we treat our diseases, we treat our patient. Then material cause are less emphasized. So material causes or material becomes, as I have told, that the bacteria, the fungi, the virus, the nematode, whatever bacteria, virus there, I'm just giving an example, and these bacteria, viruses, they cannot produce the disease unless and until our vital force deranged. Our vital force is a dynamic force that can be deranged only by another dynamic force. When our vital force deranged, then these scavengers, these material, they propagate the disease condition. The condition of the patient becomes worse, and the stage of disease one after another comes. When the organs affected, then we named nosological name is given. When the lungs are affected, we call it pleurisy. When the stomach is affected, we call it gastritis. Likewise, but these are the effect. They are not the cause. So the cause is the derangement of the vital force. The cause is the miasms. The cause is something else in natural diseases. So, but what the conventional medicine they do, they take the investigation, they consider the investigation, and they antibacterial medicine, antifungal medicine, antiviral medicine. What happens there? The bacteria, the viruses, when they killed, then what happens there? Automatically the disease suppress or disease palliate, but the cause is there. Vital force, the deranged vital force or the miasm, it remains behind in latent stage. So unless and until the root cause, the miasmatic cause is removed, then again and again these bacteria viruses will come. So you cannot make a person healthy by applying oil in the skin. So we have to give good nutrition to make him healthy and for his good looking. So this is the uniqueness. We are not, we are, yes, of course, we are considering the material cause to know the prognosis of the disease, to refer the case. So there is importance. But for the treatment purpose, we consider the cause of the diseases, and accordingly we are prescribing. When the medicine is given on the basis of the cause, automatically the disease is removed, and the bacteria, viruses, they will remove from the body. We are prescribing Sina. For I am giving example. We are prescribing Sina to kill to treat the worm in case of child. That Sina which we are prescribing, that is not wormicide or vermicide. They are not the poison, because homeopathic medicine are prepared following a particular process that is called dynamization. And in homeopathic medicine, the material quantity is not there. After 12C or 24X, the material quantity inside the medicine is zero. So when that medicine is prescribed, how the person is cured from worm infestation, how a child is free from roundworm infestation after prescribing the spigelia. So that is not because of the wormicide or vermicide nature of that particular medicine. What it does, it prepare strengthen our vital force in such a manner by which the worms, they will not get the environment for their growth. Because of because they will not get the environment, they automatically they will die and they cannot grow there, and the patient will cure. So this is our system. So we what we do, we close the process. When you close the process, the product is automatically removed. So this is the uniqueness of homeopathy. How homeopathy differ from other system. Then homeopathy treat the patient, not the disease. Actually, this is the thing which is the main uniqueness. In other system, what happens there? They always they concentrate the parts which is affected, and the symptom concern to that part only. A person who is suffering from any type of ringworm, they apply the ointment, liniment, etc. And when the external manifestation is removed, they consider that person is cured. But we are not considering the same concept in homeopathy, because the ringworm has not come from outside and it was pasted in their skin. So ringworm comes from inside. So because of inside cause, as it is coming, so you have to consider the inside cause, and accordingly you have to treat it. So if you will not consider the inside cause, then automatically by external application, the distinct feature of that particular disease will be removed, and we can't able to, and the case will be more complicated. What we have studied in one-sided disease or local disease, and the demerits of tropical application. So this is the uniqueness. We don't consider those diseases where the cause is internal. The cause is internal and the manifestation is external. That's why we are giving the name that is local disease. As per philosophy is concerned, there cannot be any local disease. So the name is given because of the manifestation, but entire body is affected. We have to treat the patient. So we treat the patient in disease, not disease in patient. So this concept, this is the unique concept of homeopathy. That's why homeopathy has existed, and the diseases is rooted out from its and again the recurrence is not there because of the radical cure. Then treatment is harmless. Our treatment is harmless. This is the one of the uniqueness. There is no side effect, because the in potentization, the harmful product the toxicological product becomes neutral. As in potentization, in definition, what we studied, it is a mathematico-mechanical process of deduction of crude drug substances into a state according to state, according to scale, to a state of physical solubility, physiological assimibility, therapeutic activity, harmless for homeopathic purpose. So after what happens, we are prescribing minimum dose. Our medicine acts through sentient nerve, not through the digestive tract. That's why homeopathic medicine is given in empty stomach. That's why homeopathic medicine is giving mixing it with water to come in contact with so many nerve endings. So this is the uniqueness. So our medicine does not work materially. So this is one of the uniqueness, as it affects the target organ, so it doesn't affect the other organs like other system. What happens there in other system, when they treat some diseases, other diseases comes. For example, they prescribe painkiller for headache. So if you are taking the painkiller, diclofenac, etc., for more time, then it will produce gastritis. But in homeopathy, such thing doesn't occur, because we are not prescribing material dose, we are prescribing minimum dose. Our medicine affects the target organ only, and it acts centrifugally. We are prescribing ultraviolet medicines as described by NASA. So it is completely harmless. It may not work, but it will not do any harm. Then, free from invasive pathological procedures. So undue pathological procedure is ignored in homeopathy. So there is no need in certain diseases. For example, Hahnemann has classified disease in surgical disease, true surgical disease, and false surgical diseases. What he considered as true surgical diseases? Those surgical diseases which are caused by external cause, where mechanical aid is essential. They are considered as true surgical diseases, like fracture, like dislocation. So they and external, and they are because of external cause. So where the cause is external, we have to take the external help, like ligature, like union of fracture. Then you have to go for our medicine. That is called true surgical diseases. But certain diseases like corn, like callosities, like keloid, like fistula, like piles. So they are not caused by external causes. They are caused by internal causes. So where the cause is internal, that we should not give any type, should not take any type of invasive technique. Even invasive means where the skin is to be break. So this type of treatment is avoided, ignored where it is not necessary. So this type of this type of diseases are considered as false surgical diseases, and we can treat it by prescribing the medicine, simillimum medicine. Everybody knows that how homeopathic medicine is effective in the treatment of mollusca or treatment of what. So this is the uniqueness. We are not going for invasive technique, because our medicine it differentiate between surgical diseases and non-surgical diseases. Then painless treatment. Our system, the homeopathy was discovered when Hahnemann became disgusted. When Hahnemann became disgusted with the then system, the then system was cruel. There is cruelty. There is polypharmacy. So there is no anesthesia at that time, and so many people because of leeching, beseeching, so many people were died. So that type of cruelty is not here. There is no electric shock. There is no leeching, beseeching. So such type of treatment is not here, and only we are prescribing medicine that is again harmless, because the medicinal quantity crude form is not there. For example, opium. We are prescribing opium, but in opium, what happens there? There is no medicinal quantity after 12C or 24X. So when that medicine is prescribing, because of the water memory mechanism, that medicine act dynamically and cure the diseases. I am telling a case of mine. So what happens? A person was suffering from snoring. So because of his snoring, his sleep was disturbed. So what he was doing, he came to me for medicine, and I know that the person require opium. So as the picture was clear, the picture of the uncommon peculiar picture were there. So I prescribe higher potency of opium in 1 ml, and you can't believe that after taking one dose, the person, the intensity of snoring become less, and after 1 week it was completely removed. So that is the miracle of homeopathy, and it is harmless, painless, and what happens, it is safe also. So you can prescribe, you can give the medicine. There are so many way to prescribe medicine, so many routes to prescribe medicine. Even to the coma patients, you can give the medicine in form of olfaction, in form of external massage in the sensitive part of the skin. So there are so many ways. Even for the treatment of the offspring, we can prescribe medicine to the mother. So through mother milk the medicine works. So such type of concept is not there anywhere. That's why this is one of the uniqueness of the homeopathy, and we should feel proud of our system. Then in homeopathy, we have having the preventive medicine, we have having the curative medicine, and how we have studied in the community medicine, there are 5 levels of prevention. The first levels of prevention, that is whole health promotion. That health promotion is acceptable. It is accepted by all the system, because under health promotion, what we do, we give sex education, we give health education, we give the sanitary education. So these are the procedure which is followed by all system. Then second line prevention method, that is specific protection. So specific protection is the second level of prevention, where the conventional medicine, they administer the immunization, different DPT, polio, the vaccination program is there. So we are accepting the vaccination, because minimum dose is given by in culture form, so it prevents from different communicable disease. But Bonnet has written that because the dose is not fixed. For example, we are prescribing 2 bund polio to all the child. So that two drops maybe maybe excess for a child, and maybe very accurate for a child. So what happens there? Because of overdosing, sometimes the vaccinosis, that is a disease, occurs. But in homeopathy, we have having the medicines to prevent, as a prophylactic, as a curative, as a preventive. What happens there? How our medicine act as a curative, as a prophylactic medicine? Yes, our medicine, they act like a hapten. What is hapten? Hapten is non-proteinous, non-antigenic, and synthetic product that hapten also used in allopathy. Yes. So what happens? For example, we prescribe arsenic album to prevent flu, as a prophylactic purpose. Then what that arsenic does? It takes the help of the globulin, that is the body protein, convert the globulin into antigen against which antibody is produced. And that antibody remains inside the body, and it protects for different type of communicable diseases. It has been proved. So when any diseases prevailed, for example, measles, morbillinum, gelsemium, pulsatilla, there are so many medicine which can be used as a protective, as a preventive, as a curative medicine. So as per the symptoms and signs is concerned, if we'll give the medicine in minimum dose as a prophylactic, what it will does, that medicine will take the help of globulin, that is the body protein, plasma protein, and convert that globulin into antigen against which antibody is produced. That antibody remains inside our body, and when we get exposure to that particular type of disease, it protects ourselves. So this is the uniqueness of homeopathy. So for each and every disease, they are having few immunization program. But for each and every type of disease, we are having the prophylactic medicine, we are having the preventive medicine. So that is the uniqueness of the homeopathic medicine. It acts as a act in form of hapten and prevent, you have having genus epidemicus. So there are so many proved are there. So genus epidemicus, that medicine can be administered as a preventive, as a prophylactic, as a curative medicine, everybody knows. Then preventive action, prevention of acute disease, prevention of chronic disease, or prevention of complications. For everything we have having medicine, prevention of acute disease, genus epidemicus, we have already studied. Yes, so curability of surgical diseases, we have having the uniqueness. So prevent unwanted surgical diseases. What happens if person is, this is the picture of corn. So what happens if you get this type of disease, then you go to the surgeon, then the surgeon will operate or they will give the cap. So there is no necessity to give this. So we are having good medicine because corn has not come outside. It creates because of the friction, but it does not come from outside. So if you prescribe our good medicines, antimicrobial, ranunculus bulbus, whatever it may be, then so it will remove from its root and permanent cure can be established. So this is our uniqueness. Then prevention of chronic disease. So chronic disease can be prevented by administration of constitutional medicine to the mothers during pregnancy. So if the child has having if the mother or other siblings, they or other kids, they are suffering from certain diseases, then during the pregnancy, during conception, if we prescribe the constitutional medicine, it will enrich our constitution. And when the constitution is enriched, on constitution, the disease growth. So constitutional medicine can be given to enrich the constitution by which the offspring will be prevented from secondary manifestation. Because when the parents, they are suffering from any primary manifestation of any miasm, the offspring, they will suffer the secondary manifestation, not the primary manifestation. So during pregnancy, if you prescribe constitutional medicine, automatically that medicine will create immunity against the diseases in which the parents, they were suffering, and that can be prevented. So there are two ways. We have to remove the anti-miasmatic laws. For example, the parents, one of the parents, they are suffering from any venereal disease. So when the mother is in pregnant state, then you can give anti-miasmatic medicine to prevent different type of miasmatic manifestation after the child birth. Then the prevention of complications. Yes, we are having so many medicines to prevent complications. Yeah, we are having good medicine that is for after pain, after pregnancy, the entire body pains can be relieved by prescribing Arnica montana. So Arnica montana is a very good medicine for after pain. And if there is a history of aversion, we are having so many medicines. Third month aversion, what I'm telling, Actiaria simosa, Colophylum. So there are 8-month abortion, your Viburnum opulos. So there are so many medicine which can be prescribed during the delivery, which helps to avoid the complication. And even we have having good medicine to create milk, like Ricinus communis, to dry up milk when the offspring dies. That is lacaninum. So these are the miracle of homeopathy, which is uniqueness of homeopathy, will not get in other system. Then in pharmaceutical aspect, our medicine are dynamic medicines, qualitative medicines, and how our the medicinal power increases. It has been proved. It has been scientifically demonstrated by 11 students of IIT Bombay in Bhabha Atomic Research there. So what happens up to 12C and 24X, the power of the homeopathy medicine, it increases because of dissociation of molecules, because of conversion of energy. So when the dynamization is being done, what happens? Then the potential energy which remains inside the drug substances is converted into its dynamic form. So in its kinetic form. So because of that, the power of the medicine increases. So medicinal force remains inside the medicine in crude form. So when potentize is being done, potentization is nothing. That is, it is a process by which the latent inherent curative power is aroused to its active form. So when the potentization is done, what happens there? The inherent power is aroused. How? Because of dissociation of molecules. When you add the vehicles, the molecules of the drug substances which take part in chemical or physical properties, they dissociate between each other. When the molecule dissociate, the attraction between molecules increases. It creates a field, and because of the dissociation, the power of the medicine increases. Same thing again, the potential energy which present inside the drug substances because of trituration, because of the succussion, it convert into its kinetic form, because energy cannot be destroyed. It is converted to one form to another form. So these things occurs up to 12 CR24X. After that, what happens? The water memory mechanism, it works because after 12 CR24X, there was no molecular existence inside the medicine. So when the molecular existence is not present, at that time, the nanoparticle which present inside the water, that is Arizona. So that Arizona has the power to capture or remember the medicinal quality. Because of that, in higher potency, our medicine works. So this is the latest technology and need research by our fraternity to prove ourselves. Then the pharmaceutical aspect, the method of preparation, or the method of preparation is very simple. There is no more technology. It can be prepared in your clinic, one potency to another potency. The mother tincture can be prepared. So, and dynamization, it can be done in the clinic also. It is very simple. Then the minimum dose. So when minimum dose is because of minimum dose, what happens there? The aggravation is less, and it do not harm to the patient, it is harmless. Then the route of administration also, the uniqueness. Homeopathic medicine always administered in empty stomach, and in minute dose. There is no material quantity. So this is the uniqueness, and our drug proving also one of the unique. We prove drug in healthy human being. We don't prove medicine in diseased person, because we are going to treat the human being. When we are going to treat the human being, how can it be possible to treat a human being taking the effect of the drug in animals? So there must be different in action of any two drugs or any drug substances in animal and human being, in diseased person, in healthy. So our drug proving, it is a systematic investigation to acquire knowledge about the disease producing power, pathogenic power, or disease curing power, proving on healthy human being of both sex, all ages, various constitution, and every circumstances. That is our uniqueness. Then economic aspect in our medicine is very cheap, because the medicinal substance is very less. For example, aurum metallicum. Aurum metallicum is prepared from gold. So what happens in other system, they used to take the gold itself, which is costly. But here in our system, we don't take the gold. We in 30 potency, 1/100 to the power 30 part of the drug substance is taken. You just imagine what is the cost of that particular drug substances, because the cost of drug substances to prepare medicine is less. That's why the economic aspect, we used to spend less money, and little need of pathological investigation. Pathological investigation is needed to prove that whether we are in right path or not, to know the prognosis. But when the picture is very clear, when the vital force is strengthened enough, when the vital energy is clear and signs symptoms are precise, then there is no need to do unnecessary pathological investigation. It is economical for the patient side. Then social aspect. So social aspect, as our homeopathy is easy to carry. There is no need of any instrument appliances to prescribe or to give the homeopathic medicine, so that the charity can be done in comparison to other system, and we can serve the suffering humanity by as a community service and distribute it easily because it is easy to carry. And what happens, the expiry date, like other system, or the changeability is not there. Today's medicine is discarded. So I am giving example, chloramphenicol has completely discarded because it produced aplastic anemia. But belladonna was there previously and still now it is there and it is working. So this is because of that we can start charity. We can for any health program, our medicine can easily distributed anywhere. All of you know during corona how arsenic helped and how it helped to protect, to prevent the COVID. Scientific aspect, our homeopathic medicine is based on logic, that is inductive logic. So without logic, the system, whatever may be the science, it cannot be scientific. So our system is based on inductive logic, correct, exact observation, correct interpretation of the observing fact, scientific construction, rational explanation, everything is satisfied by homeopathy. So it is scientific, it is harmless, and it is based on logic. So nobody can discard the principle because our principle is nature, based on nature's law, is always fixed, it is reliable. So this is the uniqueness, and we treat the patient on the basis of susceptibility, on the basis of reaction power. So susceptibility is an abstract thing. It cannot be seen. It is a qualitative existence. So susceptibility expresses itself by means of reaction. So we assess the reaction power of our patient, and accordingly we select our potency. This type of formula, this type of concept is not there. So on the susceptibility, it cannot measured by any measurement. It is assessed by the knowledge. So that knowledge is having with the homeopath, by which we can able to judge or assess the susceptibility, and accordingly we prescribe the medicine. Then our higher dilution, they based on nanotechnology. So nowadays we know the nanotechnology, how it is improving. So how the Newton bombs, atom bombs, they are more effective than any other explosive, you know. So in this manner, in our medicine as they works, so it is more scientific, and we prescribe similar out of simillimum. What is simillimum? Similar in all respect. So there is only simillimum. There is no surrogate in homeopathy. So for example, a person differs from person to person, one person to another person. The reaction differs, the constitution differs, the attitude differs, the way of living it differs. How the same medicine, same potency, and same repetition is required to all persons, as 5 fingers are not equal. So we have to select simillimum. There cannot be any supplement. If the patient needs belladonna, then we have to prescribe belladonna. We can't prescribe pulsatilla in place of belladonna. That is our uniqueness, so which is not present in other system. Then totality of symptom. The total, we consider the totality. That is, I have already mentioned the qualitative totality. So totality of symptom always helps us to find out the remedy. And when we prescribe the remedy, it covers the patient as a whole. When it covers the patient as a whole, the nature's law, therapeutic nature law is applicable. When the therapeutic law of nature is applicable, the disease is eradicated. The disease is annihilated in its whole extent. That is our uniqueness. Then homeopathic deals with the root of the disease, the root cause of the disease, not the effect. It deals with the cause, it deals with the process, it deals with the beginning. It considers the world of thought, not the world of matter. So because world of thought is the beginning. So when we Kant had already told that Sora, it enters inside the body when the mental aging starts. So if you think evil thinking is there, then it reflect outside in form of physical. So nowadays, all the system they are accepting that the diseases are psychosomatic in origin. Without psychic, without the mental disturbance, there cannot be physical disturbances. Then pharmaconomy, the way of administration of the medicine is very easy. We can give it in form of olfaction. It is palatable. It is very easy to administer to the children's, because it is the children's easily they take it. So which is not possible, which is not present in other systems. Then this is the end of my topic, and I end this topic with the quote that as we grow as unique regions, we learn to respect the uniqueness of others. Yes, homeopathy has its own uniqueness, but we should pay respect to the uniqueness of Ayurveda, the uniqueness of allopathy, surgery, whatever it may be, because we are having the limitation, we are having the scope. So nowadays, our government also emphasizing on integrated approach of treating the diseases. So we should get, our main aim must be the cure of the sick person, as stated by Hahnemannian in the first aphorism. The high and only mission is to restore the sick to health, to cure as it term. So we can take the help of other system, other auxiliary system, and our main motto should cure the patient, not fight with one another, not criticize with one another. This should be our motto. This is my request to all my fraternity. So these are the books we followed to prepare this slide. This is my, thank you very much. And this is my address. You can contact for any, you can contact, we may share each other. So the knowledge, this is a good platform by which we can share our knowledge and our fraternity. They are getting exposure to this type of platform, and it is needed. It is the need of the day. Thank you very much. Dr. Alpes?
I want to extend my grateful. Yes, sir.
Any questions from any audience, any listeners?
No, sir.
If there is no question, then we should bind up.
Yes, sir. I want to extend my grateful gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Bibhu Panda, sir, for sharing their valuable knowledge and expertise with us today. Your insight on uniqueness of homeopathy have truly enriched our understanding. The different aspects are explained by sir regarding the homeopathy as a treatment of disease, direction of cure, the fixed principle, prevention of disease, pharmacological aspect, economical aspect, social, scientific aspect, different aspect of homeopathy explained by sir. We thank you all our participants for your engagement and thoughtful session. For your enthusiasm made this session even more meaningful. We hope you found this webinar very informative and valuable. Stay connected for future session, and until next time, take care and keep smiling. Have a great day. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you. Good night.